Hey guys, I just rewatched the first video that I did and where I was cut off. Um, what I want to do is I want to continue where I was. Okay, so this will be like a separate video. Okay, this is not going to be a part 3 or anything. Um, so what they're doing, what Hamas is doing, is a misreading of what's in the Quran, where it says non-believers are infidels and must be destroyed. And what Hamas is doing is misreading that to include all people everywhere. But the writers of the Quran only meant for those who are Muslim, where Islam is their religion, and only them. They only are focused on them alone. So when it said that a non-believer is an infidel and must be destroyed, they're talking about a Muslim who follows the Quran, or maybe not follow the Quran. So when they're talking about those not following Allah as an infidel and must be destroyed, they're only talking about other Muslims. It's understood because only Muslims follow the Quran. Nobody else in the world does. Only Muslims do. So that is what is intended when they say those who do not worship Allah is infidel and must be destroyed. Because we have nothing to do with the Quran. We're separate people. We're separate people. You know, and in a way, what they're doing to the Quran is similar to, let's say, the Spanish Inquisition. That if you do not follow Jesus, you're evil. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what that Pittsburgh woman accused me of being. She said she didn't want to date me because I did not follow Jesus, and therefore I follow the devil. That makes me evil, and that's why she didn't want to date me. But I have nothing to do with the New Testament. That's not in my purview, okay? Has nothing to do with me. That has something to do with other people, not me. Now, if a Jew were to reject Judaism and not worship Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey, or no longer connect with Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey and follow Jesus, we don't ostracize them, or we don't attack him and saying you're quote unquote an infidel, betrayer, whatever. They're still Jewish, but they're committing a grave sin, and that's all. Every group has its own rules. The Quran has its own rules, the New Testament has its own rules, and the Tanakh for Judaism has its own rules. And that's it, and that's the way it should be. Because each writing is intended for that particular group. The New Testament is intended for Christians. The Tanakh is intended for Jews, and the Quran is intended for Muslims. I don't know why the phone. Oh, now the phone goes this way. Oh boy. Okay. Well. Anyway. So it is so tragic that these extremists are reading that passage in the Quran in a very extreme way to include everyone, everywhere who has absolutely nothing to do with the Quran, who don't follow it, has nothing to do with it, don't even know what's in it, because it doesn't resonate with them. For Christians, the New Testament resonates with them. For Jews, the Tanakh and Torah resonates with them. So the Quran doesn't resonate with them, so they're not obligated to follow what's in the Quran. So that's why we as Jews do not condemn in a way Christians who don't follow what we do, because they're not obligated to follow the same laws as we do. And because they're not obligated to follow those laws, they're exempt in our view. So, for Muslims, the regular Muslims, the one who's not extreme like Hamas, say, yes, we follow Hamas. We follow Allah. And Allah is our God. And that's fine. And we have Israeli neighbors who do not believe as such. But they are people of good character, and we enjoy relationships with them. It's the extremists who say, like Hamas, who say that the Quran is intended for all people, when it's obviously not. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you later. Take care. See you soon. Bye.